Metal Gear always gets it right. Roxy Gang out of Florida from the 80s. Time Bomb. Char. Christian Henney, Mysterio, the Mighty Mysterio from Winnipeg, Europe. Singletown Bachelor, all the way across the pond up in Santa Claus land. Who else we got? Who? Metal Gear X-Mask, good to see you, brother. Denny, what's up to you? Reasons why men give up their power so fast to women. What do you guys think? It's not what you think it is. It's not testosterone. It's not physical. Something even deeper. Carl Jung, the German philosopher, talked about it. The anima. I won't get into all the philosophy. I touch very briefly just so that we have a foundation we can discuss. Okay. Good to you. Cheers to you, brother. What time is it over there in Europe? Timmy Kramer, Jesus absolutely never kissed a woman's ass. Slam Cave is back. Good to see you. Jason Reed in the chat, all the way from Colorado. When a man gives away his power to a woman, he also gives away his self-respect. Delart, good to see you. And Slam Cave gets the button. He gets the ribbon. The golden ribbon for Field Day in 1989. Mommy issues. The reason men give away their power so fast to a woman is not testosterone. It's not the physical. They want to find that inner child, that inner boy that's 4 or 5 years old, that will be fixed, validated, loved, and cherished by the mommy figure they see in that woman. It's as simple as that. Men will go to great lengths because men are basically, we have that inner child that is looking for validation, looking for treatment. We might have had terrible mothers. I had a wonderful mother. So the women that I married, actually the woman I married was opposite my mother, which is very weird. That doesn't really happen, but and she married a guy that was not her dad. I don't know how that happened. Opposites attract. They only attract for 6 months and then it's over. But the reality is most men they're looking for a mommy figure within that woman. That is the reason they give away power so much. We need to keep our self-respect. Well said. Singletown says the poon, that's part of it. We're just talking long-term relationships. I mean, short-term relationships, absolutely. But long-term, guys that get married, guys that want to be in relationships are looking to be healed from the issues of that 3, 4, 5-year-old boy. It's as simple as that. They're looking for the feminine validation that a mother would have given them. And so that's why they will stick in bad circumstances, hoping that she will fix him. It's as simple as that. That's why men give their power away too quickly. On long-term relations, not short-term, not little hit and quits. Hit and quits are all physical. Only your own mother can love you unconditionally to a certain degree. And yeah, men seek that later life is absolutely correct. Jedi Dark Force, good to see you, brother. Marriage made me weak too, Mayor. Good to see you. Went to the gym today. Did my dips and my squats. Every time I go, I always think about Mayor and Timmy Kramer lifting weights. Is that close to Denmark? I think Singletown's up there. He's hanging out with Santa Claus and all of the reindeer. Christian, good to see you. Singletown said, I wanted respect. I got none. There you go. Caring about someone else's happiness and giving up your own. That is the reason men give their power away. Very, very simple. They are looking for that mother figure subconsciously, and they're projecting that onto that woman that hopefully with their charm and beauty and niceness, they get the validation and the healing that the trauma of being a 3, 4, and 5-year-old that they witnessed or experienced, they're looking to be fixed. It's as simple as that. Carl Jung talks about it. Check it out. I won't talk more about it, but that is the number one reason men give away their power so fast. Outside of the physical, it's more of the emotional, mental spiritual, metaphysical. This is what we're talking about. But yeah, on a short-term level, you go into a bar, you see a hot chick, you're not thinking about her fixing you. You're thinking about her fixing other parts of you that are below the belt. Who says I got a couple reasons from my own failed relationships? Yeah, what do you guys think? What are the reasons men give away their power so quickly? Why? Why would a man give everything within the second date? I will do everything. I will marry you. I'll take you. Why? For what reason? Well, there's insecurities probably, but it all goes back from an emotional standpoint to that 5-year-old scared little boy looking to be healed and fixed. The gym is my sanctuary. Attaboy. They give their power away because they are scared to lose their investment, house, cars, kids, and everything. Probably. Monks like me don't fall for their death trap, says Metal Gear. Oh yeah, you guys gotten past it, But we're just talking the majority of men out there that keep getting back in relationships. I have friends that are getting back into marriages after 30 years being married. For what reason? Surely it's not the punyani. They've had 30 years of it. Here, yes, there, Beta Male sent marriage to hold his house. Well said. More men need to understand when they give their power away to a woman, she loses all attraction to him. Well said, Jason. Well said. Because of their manipulation, could be. I think most men can't live alone. They hate it so much they pay her like a prostitute so she will not be. Absolutely. They're scared of being alone. I see it all over. I seen a video earlier. It was about winning arguments and fights with women is sacrificing their. Chris Rock said it the best. If you're in an argument with the woman, you've already lost. We on this channel do not talk about having contention with women. We walk away from them. There's no sense in dealing with them. They will never, ever, you'll never win an argument. Many, many mothers create weak men, unfortunately. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Treat her like a Russian spy until she proves otherwise. Timmy Kramer. Have a private investigator follow that love interest that you have, right, Timmy? Slam. Sad thing is looking for a mother figure will make her leave you faster. Correct. Anytime. Oh, here's the problem. People talk about this all the time. Oh, I figured dating out. Really? You've only figured out the aspect that can maintain her attention for 2 hours. Try 2 years. Who lives in Omaha? Nebraska. Saunders lives in Nebraska. The number one thing that strong, confident men want is peace. If she can't give you peace, leave her. Well said. Treat her like a honey trap. Singletown. You crazy. Has anyone played the Tomb Raider HD? I don't know anything about video games, my man. Unfortunately, I'm too old. Scotty, what's up, brother? All the way in Beaverton. Kicking it with all the libtards. Riding their old bikes, thinking they're cool. The idea is simply not argue with a woman, just ignore a woman, just apologize. You win in the long run. Not bad advice. Don't argue with them. Yep, I don't know if he lives in Omaha. He might live outside of it. I remember when I was 21 or 23, I had sex with these drop-dead gorgeous high school girls, and they were trying to be rude. It was nice, but I'm talking my chance in today's Me Too movement. You're taking your chance. But that is reality. Most men are too scared to fix their shit by themselves, so they look for a woman to do it. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying what it is. For me, I don't seek the repair of my soul through a woman. At one point, I married my wife with let's be real. I got married when I was 24 and then turned 25 2 months later. She was the same age. And we're like, maybe we could fix each other. She'll help me be a better person. I'll make her be a better person, which is basically fixing our inner child, right? It didn't work. They give their power away in the beginning. paying for a high-priced wedding, car, everything. Women don't value things coming easily. They don't. Most of them. Scotty's going live tonight at 7 p.m. Mountain, which is 9 p.m. Eastern. Having a little get-together at my apartment. We'll be streaming the podcast live from my apartment tonight. Attaboy. I'll be on it. "58 years old, so yeah, I want to live life of peace. I cannot have that with a woman nagging." And it's not the fact that women are they're wired differently. They have a different biology. The biology is emotional, so emotions will constantly bring out frustration, nagging, difficulty. I mean, if a woman's married to an emotional man, she's going to get the same thing, right? Watch your chances, Christian. I hope all men can move past being alone. Peace, quiet, and freedom comes to being alone and able to function solo. The first step is to just decide that you can do it. That's as simple as that. Decide what your peace, quiet, and freedom means to you. Does it mean being with a woman? There's guys that think that they're free and have peace when they're dealing with a woman. They would rather have her in the fantasy of his mind be the one that's fixing him through all of the nagging instead of being alone. Go figure. Rad, fear, guilt, and obligation. Another is afraid it hurts some person's feeling, confusing respect and cooperation. Well said, brother. I agree with that statement. I think men must avoid marriage. Even multimillionaires can't hold their marriage. Women want a man that doesn't exist. And they want an 8 foot tall. Yes, they do. It's only getting worse, guys. A man always has to have his antenna on search and scan mode when he is in a romantic relationship. Too damn much work. I think T-Talks, you just nailed it, my brother. Hope you're doing well. You just basically said, for a man to maintain a relationship, it is extremely difficult. It's constantly changing. Constantly changing. No man with frame, alpha, beta can make that happen. That is a magician. That is a magician that can make anything happen like that. Or she's a submissive Stepford wife. Wolf, good to see you, brother. My personal experience, I didn't want to upset the boat even with outright biatch she was doing. Well, most men don't want we don't want the nagging. It's as simple as that. So we're willing to walk away. We're willing to do those things. We don't want it because we know it comes at us like hurricanes every 2 hours. Singletown, the yin and yang effect, but that was, I thought that was my ex-girlfriend, but no, even at 50 to 53, no way. Well, you're doing well up in Santa Claus land. Do this one check. She was staring at me and I find her attractive. She had a nice ass, but she's a boss. Most of them are bosses, my man. I don't need no man. What? I study women in every facet of society, drama, problem, stress, anxiety. The list goes on and on. I don't fix your problem. And Timmy would know because he's a realtor. My plans tonight, I'm going to go to the pool. It's 92 degrees, Scotty. I'm going to go hike the waterfall we did tomorrow. I worked out today. And then Sunday, I'm going to ride Park City. That's the plan. Men are dating used and abused women with a body count over 9. Yeah, absolutely. The talent, we don't call it the inventory, but the talent is non-existing in today's market. Very, very few. There is a 1 to 2% of women that I find that are decent. But 98% of them is something you don't want to deal with. Thanks, Char, for doing that. Scotty's channel. Slam. Everybody that isn't subbed out to Slam's channel, go get subscribed to Slam, Scotty's, Singletown Bachelors. Who else am I forgetting? Self-esteem is for men because ladies don't have much and crave our attention. Absolutely. They're wired differently, guys. It's as simple as that. We don't hate women. They're just wired differently. Understand it, and your life will probably improve. Ed, good to see you. I gave all my power because she was a great manipulator, hiding in a shell of a good girl body, so I felt for it. She made you think that she could be your better half. But we all know what happens. Bookshelf, good to see you. Always have a backup plan and go back. Singletown, let them fix their own problem. Sure. They can't fix men's problem, and men think they can. They can't. Women are made to be effed and be respectful to men. If they ain't respectful, see you. I don't think that's a bad statement, brother. Don't think that's a bad statement. That's a pilot, co-pilot right there. Most mistakes men make is they forget to make plan B. They are only focused on plan A. She will get everything and you will be homeless. In the Western world, that is absolutely the truth. The escort is better than your ex-wife. I don't think you're wrong. I wonder what the next 10 years will be like in regards to marriage. I think there's going to be more divorce. I think people will continue to get married, unfortunately. I think the younger generation won't. 18 to 30 are going to be very difficult. The statistics for those boys are going to be or young men are going to be very low. But the 40s, the 60s are going to try again. If I think back, I should have banged other girls when I dated 98%ers. I got too complacent. Sometimes people stay with ease so they don't have to change. They know the patterns, right? The society is mentally ill. Telling the truth is called hate blank. Well said. If she's wearing yoga pants, boobs showing, flashy tats, high heels, she seeks attention. Oh, say it isn't so, Timmy. Those are all the women at the gym with their snuffleupagus eyelashes. That's interesting, Christian. Sub out to Singletown Bachelor's channel. Appreciate that, Char. JC from Texas, all the way from Tejas. But that is the reality. That is why men will give up everything for a woman. He wants to get fixed. And if you know the secret to life, the only person that can fix you is the one staring back at you in the mirror. That's it. No therapist can fix you. No child can fix you. No love interest can fix you. Only you. This is the most difficult and damaging idea that men have to deal with. It's damaging in the sense that you're alone in your own validation. Ain't nobody going to fix you. Until you get that, you're going to struggle. You're going to get back in bad relationships. Dale, I'm a good-looking man, and women look straight through me. Well, because you're not the ideal version. There is no man that's the ideal. They fear speaking up and speaking the truth. That's okay. We can speak it. In 10 years, there will be single mom epidemic. Well said. This culture is really messed up. Too much big nose overdrive yarmulkes. No, we won't talk that. Men can be inspired by a woman, but ladies are motivated by resources. Well said, X-Mask. When a woman wears tats, it's a huge sign that she wants to get any woman. I believe women with tattoos, number one, the reason I've talked to a couple folks that are tattoo artists, owners, he advises against women getting tattoos, but he says most people get tattoos, a lot of them, because they have anxiety. Then they should bounce slam. Well said. I'm excited for August. The band is getting a small tour. Ooh, maybe I can make it out there and see that. I wouldn't mind seeing Scotty playing. Paul Stanley from KISS wrote a book about his predatory wife, who is interesting. And Paul Stanley is the OG of OGs when it comes to music. I think KISS started in 1969. I think so. Maybe it was 71. He would know. I mean, KISS is one of the biggest metal bands ever. Ever. Not classic. I wouldn't call KISS classic music. That's Zeppelin. That's Cream. That's The Doors. That's, Blue Oyster Cult. But KISS, it's his own. I mean, well, look at Slash. I saw Slash in 2015 at Sundance walking out. He fist bumped me. There's pictures. I'll put the picture up on one of our deal. He's fist bumping me. It's at the Acura booth. Nicest guy. I said, dude, I just bought your new record with Miles Kennedy. I like it. He goes, you do? I go, yeah, it's not as great. I mean, I'm getting used to it. It's different from the last one. Dude, he was the coolest guy. He was wearing leather Converse. He talked to my kids. My kids were young. I'm like, they don't know who Slash is. My youngest was 8 years old at the time. He comes out, coolest guy. Take a picture with us. Out walks his wife, the Italian gal. I think her name's Pearl or Perla. What a effing biatch. She had the fake lips, the filler 10 years ago. And he's divorced. Axl Rose is divorced. A lot of women don't like men, Europe. My attorney said that. Women want to be men. That's why they don't like men. Most of them. Now, there's the 1% to 2% that I give, respect to. But those are very rare. You are your own therapist. Absolutely. Ain't nobody fixing you guys. Maybe a therapist you go. Maybe somebody passed away in your family and you just can't cope. Well, in that sense, maybe it would be good to talk it out and they can give you some direction. But in the end, you fix yourself. That's it. Well said, Slam. I had waitresses want to bang me from time to time. Waitresses, flight attendants, bartenders, school teachers, and housewives. A lot of men will marry because they want to be fixed. They will deal with anything for a woman to fix their inner trauma. It's as simple as that. Lemmy was the original. I wish I could have gone to the Rainbow Bar and Grill in LA and hung out with him. Motley Crue, there you go. Nikki Sixx, Tommy Lee. How can they can't maintain these hot chicks outside of the fact that they're getting poon everywhere they go? So it's 73. Okay, gotcha. Mr. Gone with John, good to see you, brother. He's making some cash money right now that the weather's good in Alabama. Good to see you. Nurses, there you go. There's no win for any man at the end, but Sims do not want to open their eyes to the reality that we are in, but I will not become homeless for no woman in the world. Well said. Kiss is not a metal band. They're wannabe death metal. They have a very different genre of music. I think they're very basic, but they do have some catchy tunes. Detroit Rock City is one of my favorite songs by them. They do sing a lot of simp songs too. Mayor David Lee Roth never got married. He did not. Psychotherapists have a 60% failure rate. No surprise. I even saw The Loss of Power with my dad when he was married to my mom. He just kowtowed to that, to what she wanted. And even when I was younger, I was disgusted. A lot of guys do that. Ty, good to see you. Think about therapy reinforcing all the woke blank insanity. They're making everything so much worse. I agree with that statement. Ooh, White Lion. I like White Lion. Some Mike Tramp. He's a good guy. Warrior Zen. Wes, good to see you. I'm here in Lake Gorda, Italy. Just started training MMA. Attaboy. Don't ever get with a nurse. I married a nurse. Go figure. Thanks for posting Gone with John's channel. Appreciate that. Accept your past. That's the hardest thing. Bad experience is better than no experience. Now nobody can play you. Yeah, I mean, we got to go through this to understand it. It's simple. These young guys that have never been through it are never going to understand it until they experience something like this. I like Kiss. I do, even though, it's not like, they have the highest IQ in rock, but they definitely put on a great experience. Real estate is completely in a bad way. Do not buy a home at this time. Change is coming, says Timmy. Had somebody come through the other day, Timmy, but whatever. They don't want to talk about it, do they? A lot of them women are eggless. A lot of therapists don't like the idea that you should or should not get married because they want to push the narrative. Actually, they want you to get married because they have inventory, because they know you're going to break up or have problems. A lot of our fathers kowtowed. The Cult, and I love Spirit Walker. Off of Dreamtime. Attaboy, Metal Gear. Otto, good to see you, brother. Hope you are well. And everybody needs to subscribe to Wes's channel as well. Good stuff. Makes some good content. Motley Crue Dirt Movie was entertaining, but a train wreck. Did you ever see Some Kind of Monster with the Metallica one? That was good. Just picked up the Action on Vinyl Obscure. Wow, attaboy. Beth has got to be the worst song by Kiss. I would agree with that statement. Brother Rad, I don't hate Kiss. I'm just stating the fact. Well, Kiss was never going to win a Grammy. That's for sure. They just put on a great experience, like Gwar. If anybody was into Gwar. Ace Frehley, Great White, Quiet Riot, Playing Out by Me. Tickets $50. Love. Oh, you know what? I didn't really. Quiet Riot came out when I was in 6th grade. Come On, Feel the Noise. And man, I listened to them today. Even Twisted Sister has great bass lines. You know, and their songs are so basic, but some of the music just kicks ass. Quiet Riot's got some serious musicians. And the lead singer, unfortunately, deleted himself. Kiss Live is the good one. Well said. I just saw an interview with Paul Stanley and Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins a couple days ago. Very good. Paul Stanley, when I saw him in Portland, Buck Cherry opened up. It was 2010. I had like 3rd row seats with my buddy. And they came out, and, you know, Gene and Paul, they would take breaks. Tommy Thayer was the other guitarist, and I can't remember who the drummer was. But Paul Stanley comes out and says, "Hello, Portland. We're Kiss from New York, Portland." He was talking in his New York voice. But they put on a great show, man. I'll tell you that. If you want an idea of what marriage is, walk in a circle and have a woman talk to you the entire time. Eventually, you're going to get dizzy and want to go home. Bookshelf. Come on, say it ain't so. Gene Simmons is a smart dude, but he's a little different, that's for sure. I was made for loving you, baby. You were made for loving me. Ooh. That sounds like the classic ballad from All Metal Song. Pantera, Dimebag Darrell. Well said, man. Pantera was one of Metallica's influences. Go figure. James Hetfield talked about Pantera and Judas Priest being his influence. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That's life. Well said. Ace Frehley's dope. We'll get better, brother. George from Romania. Hey, Rad, how do you get back after failing with women? They be playing it. You got to understand who they are. You got to understand the power you have and the power they have. Don't fall prey. I'm as important as my husband. Some crap happens in the military. The wives think they have rank. Yes, they do. Who? Gwar. Is Gwar still going? Dee Snider's dad was a state trooper from Long Island. Oh, man. Were they just the ugliest band ever? But, I mean, I appreciate them now. They've got some good tunes. Like, I never really listened to it. It's weird. You listen to stuff as a teenager, or preteen, then you listen to it now and you find some of those bands were good. Don't worry about it. We don't care, Singletown. We just care about the discussion. The best Chads are Beavis and Butthead. They don't give an F about anything. Well said. Yeah, live your life like Beavis and Butthead. They never seem to have issues with money or anything, right? Kingdom Come. Going old school, Mysterio. Kingdom Come. Gwar was funny. John says, madness through the hands of time, Gwar. I mean, if you even know who Gwar is, hats off to Gwar. I think they're still going. John's out pressure washing, making cash money, making a couple grand a day. Read The Great Santini by Pat Conroy. The man must wear the pants in the family. I agree with that. Also, not put women on a pedestal, like making them important. Treat them like a star and she'll treat you like a fan. Yep. Well said, George. Just don't give an F. That's the deal. Look at women as 5-year-olds with breasts. You going to fight with a 5-year-old? You going to argue with your 5-year-old daughter, niece, neighbor daughter? No. You just walk away. You're like, whatever. Yeah, Warren DeMartini and Stephen Percy just got together, I think, in January on a cruise. We might be seeing another Rad album with those two. I mean, who's the one guy? Juan Crociere, the bassist? I don't know. I think they're having problems with a couple that. CeCe DeVille, dude, massively underrated. Massively. Even though Poison's a little, glam, hair metal glam, boy, Fallen Angel has got to be the best song by Poison. Just the riffs on that. It's funny you say that, Mysterio. Actually, we were downtown Portland, and my ex got hit on by Art Alexakis from Everclear. One Christmas, we were shopping. You know Everclear? Father of mine, I will buy you a new life. Everything to everyone. I got one of their CDs. They're Portland, man. My advice for all brothers in the chat is women got this mindset. What can he do for me? It's all transactional. Women marry for business. Men marry for love. It's definitely 98% is a transaction. Well said. It's gotten worse when you're supposed to be the head of the house, but they go ape crap if you tell them no. Something stupid. Well said. Out of the Cellar was my first concert. No kidding. That we had been, what, 8 years old, John? Out of the Cellar came Round and Round, right? Or is that the album after? No, Invasion of Your Privacy. What's the other one? That's awesome. It's incredible. I see couples outside, and I can see how the men lower their voice. And when the men talk to their partner, they sound so weak. And I can see and hear that now as a superpower. There you go. If you Google the albums that come out in the 80s, it's unreal. Quantity and quality. Some 80s had some wonderful production. Put on a Sting album and pull your schlong out for her. I don't know. I never got into Sting by himself. I mean, he's talented, but I'd rather listen to the Police. There are about 500,000 houses available in excess right now. It's a buyer's market. I mean, it's crazy. The interest rates are too high. Unless you're a cash buyer. Blaster, good to see you. Hard to fathom that there are still beta mindset knee takers out there. Knee takers, I love that. Still blue pill in 20. I mean, you know what? It's very few men are finding this later in life. I think 18 to 30-year-olds are realizing it. But older men are just, they'll roll the dice again. Home Sweet Home by Motley Crue. Slow dancing to Home Sweet Home. Round and Round was on. That was a great album. I think that came out in 84. Damn, bro. Good for you. She's not the woman you think she is. She's different. Never gotten to Sting by himself. They never are. They bait and switch. Then the courthouse woman comes out. The woman you married is not the woman you divorced. That divorces you. Every day, her back is getting blown out by somebody. How can a man respect or value her? Women are very good at laying on their back. Let's be real. Conan put himself first. There you go. What if all she asks is your time and never money? Well, I mean, it's probably a positive. She wanted money versus time. That'd be the Filipino. That'd be the Filipinas. Mom's boyfriend took me and a friend. That's awesome. I would have loved to have seen that. That was like their breakout. If you listen to Stephen Percy's early stuff, it was Mickey Rat. That was the name of the band. And they actually do have a few songs that they brought to Rat. But Mickey Rat was Stephen Percy's band in the late 70s. I know too much about music. Charles Bronson on a date, what would he act like? He would say, shut the F up. That's what he would say. Sepultura going Brazilian on me, Metal Gear. Then he drank until he passed out, and Mom and her friends picked us up. No kidding. Did your mom stay with him? You like Judas Priest. I know that. Breaking the law. I would say I would agree with Scotty on that. She's too demanding. The biggest jokes are passport bros. They're going to be very poor countries and pay women like prosties, and they say, we live in the life. They sure do. Halloween. Oh, what happened to Halloween? He started drinking. I wonder how much beer was back in '84. Now it's like $30 for a pint. It was probably like $10 back then. I have heard of Green Jelly. Absolutely. You saw Bullet Boys played then too? That was before Smooth Up In Ya. I've got Bullet Boys right now. Actually, I saw them 5 years ago. The Great White and Enough's Enough. Smooth Up In Ya. Love it. Gone with John. Favorite female singer, Pat Benatar. She doesn't sing Hit Me With Your Best Shot anymore. Go figure. Not going to be a lot of marriages, Christian. 80s music had remakes, but they actually respected the artist. Well said. The girls in heavy metal parking lot are good reflections of what 80s girls were like in the U.S. Absolutely. Mr. John Boston, what's up, brother? Just got in yesterday. I finished a 48-hour fast last night and started. Dang, brother. Good for you. Yeah, once you start doing them, they get easier. I did a 20 today. Time is more valuable than money. You can get back your money, but whose time is never getting back? Well, right said. I love Don Dawkin. Biohazard. Well said. Also, I've noticed that video games today are basically remastered Gears. I don't know much about video games. I'm too old, I guess. That was the Apple album. I don't want to waste time chasing women again, even if we'll be lonely in the long run. You gotta get to a point where your self-concept doesn't need a woman. I am great. I am all I need. I am my own best friend. I love myself. That's where you need to be. Great White was touring, but Jack Russell died last year. Eric Gales and Buddy Guy, attaboy. Let them chase you. Well said, Wolf. Remix of music, remix of video games. There you go. There's not a lot of new creative movies out there. Everything seems to be redone, right? Baby Girl Chernobyl. Don't know much about him. Saw Bullet Boys last month with Winger. Great show. Ooh, Kip Winger. That dude's talented, man. I do like Winger. Yeah, it's a joke. She's only 17, headed for a heartache, but Winger, the dude's talented. In high school, Dino Castronovo asked my brother and me to form a band. We were loyal to our drummer. My band played the same Portland show as Meredith Brooks. Didn't she sing that bitch song? You knew her at OSU, a beaver. Meredith Brooks. What was that song? It was a bitch song. That was her only one-hit wonder. The badasses listen to Metallica, Anthrax, Slayer. Well said. Exodus. Don't forget Exodus. I would have liked to see that slam. Smooth up in ya, in ya. Love that song. I wonder, can he still sing that? Whoever saw Bullet Boys last, can he sing that? Earth, Wind, and Fire, attaboy. Have recorded in the studio 2 songs with Ricky Lynn Gregg. Interesting. Send them my way, man. Send them to my email. Life felt more real back then. Now it's corporate and fake. I agree. Internet, man. People can hide, make shit up. Back in our day, that was when I got married, 97, JC. I remember that song. Great White, as a younger singer, saw them. He is very good. That's good to know. Men need to learn that in the days you cannot guard a woman's vagina, it's always open for anyone that can win it by giving her what she desires. I don't think you're mistaken. I don't think you're mistaken. Anyone know a biohazard site for a girl's first name? Tiffany. I saw David Foster on Sunday. Incredible songwriter. His 40-year-old wife can sing, and he's 75 and in his 5th marriage. Not my style of music, but it was good. Great musicians. David Foster. If you want people to hate you, just tell them the truth. People would rather be lied to and maneuver through life than being told the truth. Government, education, religion. Well said, Europe. Well said, brother. It's real work, isn't it? Yeah. Laying on your back. That's real work, man. They got to work out just to work on the bed, right? You got to work out just to work on the bed. But that's the reality. Men are seeking the refuge of a woman to help them heal that inner child. That is why they will go through hell and high water to be with that woman. They'll take all the nagging, the frustration, just thinking that she can heal him. But she can't. That's the real reason. She can't heal him. Only he can heal himself by talking to his inner self, his inner 5-year-old. Every one of us has an inner 4, 5, 6-year-old boy that's scared. Carl Jung talks about it. How do we heal it? Well, we have to accept the fact that we have something we need to work on. Number 2, we have to be diligent. We have to literally believe that we can change. We have to begin to love ourselves. Most men don't love themselves. I'm not saying in a conceited way. I'm saying to truly love what you've been through, to accept what you've been through. It's very difficult. When you accept and love what you've been through and you accept it, then you begin to grow. You begin to get out of victim mode, regardless of what's happened to you. Just think, there's somebody that's gone through something 10 times worse than you. But acceptance is the only way forward. I think you're right, Wolf. Drinking a little seltzer water. What are you drinking, Rad? I got a little seltzer water. I sip coffee at Starbucks daily at 5 a.m. It's mostly women coming in with an angry and pissed off look on her face. Because the life that she wanted didn't work out. Interesting how that works. Constantly trying to find somebody to fix them. Or the last guy. Told her all the things she wanted to hear, only for him to hit and quit. I don't think I would do a rock and roll cruise just because I would rather go to Rocklahoma than a cruise. I don't know. I think the cruise would be too restrictive. I don't think it'd be that great. It might be, but I would rather go someplace that I could get off, get away from, not a ship. Bonnie Blue, didn't she just get nailed and had to go to the hospital? Or is that somebody else? Marvel Elite, good to see you. The male mother need is very strong for most men. Well said. That's why men, especially divorced men, will get back into divorces because they're still looking for that healing. The Western culture is dying. They call you sir and get under your skin. I knew a guy when I lived at the apartments. He said he would always go to Starbucks to meet gals, and he was nailing gals like every night. And he met him at Starbucks. Go figure. But that was 10 years ago. Who knows? I like small concerts. Last one I went to was OMD. My buddy had an extra ticket. His wife couldn't go. So I went. Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark. They put on a great show. I mean, if you like OMD, you like 80s music, you like John Hughes movies, Breakfast Club, Say Anything, Some Kind of Wonderful, 16 Candles. I mean, I think fasting and restrictive eating can go hand in hand. Sure. Whenever you're allowing the liver to rest and not have to process the insulin and glucose and your digestive tract to rest, it works. We might as well expat ourselves somewhere. Where would we do that? For me, it's Latin America. Maybe I spent some time in Vietnam with Big World. Who knows? Deerhoof soon in New Haven. I think Deerhoof's coming here. I don't know much about him, but Bad Religion's coming. I know that. I think they're coming in August with Dropkick Murphys, which is a weird combo if you think about it. I mean, Bad Religion is one of the OGs of punk rock. They're massively more punk rock than a lot of guys think they are. They've been around since the late 70s, back when punk was punk. It wasn't glam punk like Gen X or T-Rex. It was like the original hardcore. Japan would be great. I'd love to go to Japan, Metal Gear, stay in a capsule hotel, take the bullet train, drink sake, play pachinko with the Japanese mafia. I mean, come on. 1985. So you must have been, you're a couple years younger than me. So you must have been, so I was 13. You must have been what, 10? Damn. What an experience, though. McAllidu mixed up, no repeat set list. That's so interesting. I did not know that. I saw Metallica in 89. I don't need to see him again. I feel like the Metallica of today is a lot different than the Metallica of when I saw him, but that's just me. DRI Exploited. I like DRI in their first one. When they went thrash metal, I didn't like them. Still like the Exploited. Minor Threat's great, although Ian MacKaye, he's become total libtard now. They're all those punk rockers are all libtards. Go figure. When really punk rock was questioning authority, it was standing up to the man, regardless of political affiliation. JC, men also get into trouble from overconfidence and thinking they have more control over life variables than is ever actually the case. Therefore, limiting variables is strategic. Couldn't agree more, brother. Couldn't agree more. So, dude, you were 9 years old. Damn, brother. Single parent life has killed my need for a mother figure having to do those mom chores on a regular. Well said. Heading for San Diego to beachside camping for the week. I've got a Costco tent and my used Yeti cooler. My used Yeti cooler. Tacos serve cold beers and freedom. And that one guy, the guy in the van. Do I like System of a Down? I like that one song, The Bodies. Is that System of a Down? Or is that Disturbed? I can't remember. 5 Years of Freedom, came back for a short stint and then disappeared. I don't know what's going on with Wes. Don't know. Born in 75, you're turning 50. Turning 30 in a few days, what can you advise me? Never been successful with women, though they find me attractive. You got to work on yourself. Work on yourself. Become the best version of yourself. I'm actually kind of sick today. I got a cold. Lemon and honey. Lemon and honey in a tea. Breakfast tacos. I had a breakfast burrito the other day. Nothing wrong with that. Danzig was great, but he was better with Sam Hain and the Misfits. He's a little guy, too. I think he's like 5'6". Oh, that was Drowning Pool. Okay. What does System of a Down sing? What's their big song? I get Disturbed, System of a Down, and Drowning Pool. I never had anything by them, but I don't know much about them. Ramones are great early punk rock. We used to drive on our road trips with the kids and listen to the best hits. Rock and Roll High School, Beat Up the Bat with the Baseball Bat. My kids love that. Beat Up the Brat with the Baseball Bat. Pet Cemetery, good stuff. Happy birthday, Metal Gear. 50. I climbed Mount Timpanogos when I was 50 on my 50th birthday. 12,000 feet. 4.5 up, 4.5 down, hours. So I think it was 17 total. Add turmeric and black pepper. Turmeric's great. PM Matt Rife, stay golden. Who's Matt Rife? John. Sugar. Oh, Chop Suey. That's it. I remember that. The last I talked to 5 years, he just needed a break. Yeah, he's good. Wes is good. Guys, if you can go see live shows, go see live shows. You don't need to go with anyone. They're fun. Just chill out, watch people. People watch. Agnostic Front, another great band. The Adolescents, Descendants, DI, Corrosion of Conformity, early Corrosion of Conformity. All Real, System of a Down. Okay, that's what you meant. Let's be very clear. When a man says he is lonely, that means he hungers for physical affection. I agree with that. Not so much hanging with chicks that are bland and affectionate less. Well said. Chop Suey. That's the band I was thinking. Aren't they? Is System of a Down? Aren't they like? They're not American, right? Isn't the guy like from some other country? Or am I thinking Disturbed? Should come up for Bullet Boys. Wes had some good stuff, man. I know he's going through some shit. Clean my wounds. I'll have to listen to. I'll go listen to System of a Down after this. After everything, my concentration level of achieving or getting anything that I would like is so great that I surprise myself these days. I'm very proud of myself. Very proud. The little things mean a lot to me now. I don't have to take care of a woman. My kids are grown. Making a ramen and frying it up with an egg is like wonderful for me. Adding some sriracha. Little things. Music is a gift. Well said, brother. Danzig is the metal Elvis. System of a Down is from England. Okay. Oh, they're Armenian. That's right. Typo Negative, another great band. Rest in peace, Peter. Belize sounds good. Well, that was used to be called, when I grew up, British Honduras. You guys remember when it was called British Honduras? It wasn't called Belize. Yeah, there you go. Armenian American heavy metal band. That's right. I didn't feel pressured. There was no pressure in getting married. It was building a life and having kids. Really, I wanted the family dream. Married a very beautiful woman, very beautiful. Loved her. Thought I did. But living with a woman is not easy as people think. It is not easy, right? Billy Idol has punk roots. Love early Billy Idol. Generation X, man, one of my favorite punk bands. I have all his stuff. Go listen to Generation X, and then they changed their name to Gen X on their last cassette album, but their first two were Generation X. 100 Punks 2. Ready, steady, go. And I love that shit. But now Billy Idol, Dancing with Myself was a Generation X song on the last album called Gen X, Kiss Me Deadly. And somehow he got that song as his single. It was produced as Gen X. Slam says, taking my boy to a bunch of shows already. He loves metal and music. Attaboy. Wait till he gets to he's 14. He'll get into rap. That's what happened to my boys. But now they're back to metal. My boys love Alice in Chains, Deftones, Motley Crue. And they come to me with it. Dad, I just listened to that Alice in Chains, the first one. It's so good. I go, I saw them in 1988 before they were big. Absolutely. You did? Yeah, I saw them at Pine Street Theater with the Melvins. Most men don't want to talk about their ex-wives because it just gives them attention, right, Mayor? Bukowski on vinyl. When I think about Wolf, I think tonight he's going to hang out with this Polish lady, and then he's going to watch Big Lebowski and drink milk in a White Russian. That's what I think when I think about Wolf. 35, no kids. I think that might be an accomplishment. Well, you've dodged a lot of bullets at this point. Downset. I don't know that 90s band. Why does it seem to me like South America goes crazy when rock and they love Metallica, Motley Crue, the cult, anything to do with America. I don't know. Something in their blood. Something in their blood. Yeah, Billy's on an Idol with his guitarist, Steve Stevenson, who was the guitarist for David Lee Roth and Vince Neil. Was it David Lee Roth? I know it was Vince Neil. When Vince Neil went solo. He looks like an old lady, that guitarist. Black hair, shreds the guitar, but he looks like an old lady. It's either James, no, it's Steve Stevenson. Not a lot of news about Ukraine. Interesting. Seems like Israel and Iran have taken over that space. You're going to listen to some 70s jazz and Burt Bacharach too. We're seeing a very interesting world right now, folks. Very interesting world. Technology has leveled the playing field for pretty much every country. Look at China. What's China able to do? Their Navy fleet's out of control. I mean, they build half of the destroyers in the world. Anyhow, guys, I'm going to end it. I'm going to the pool. I need a little sun. It's 93 and some water. Maybe I'll see some single mothers. Hey, baby. Something's happening, Christian. Something's happening. Even if a man finds an ideal woman, the man still needs to carve out alone time. Yes, he does. He needs to be his own man. But what do most men do? They become what she wants. They lose themselves. Women can feel your energy. A few days ago, I got a compliment from one of my high-level girl bosses from work. In 3 years, she never looked my way. Of course. They have an antenna that can sense desperation, wanting, feeling less than, feeling unworthy from men. But that dude that's an asshole, she can feel that energy. That's why they're attracted to Chads and Tyrones. That guy doesn't give a shit. His energy isn't about lack or desperation. He's a badass. Thanks for everybody being here. Appreciate it. Check out all the streams. I bet John goes live tomorrow. Scotty goes live tonight. We'll get him. We'll hit them all. Live shows are great, brother. And with that, I'm out. Peace.